Oh, go ahead.
Just kind of talk about how you think your team is doing right now. I mean, you guys peaking at the right time. Your key athletes headed into, the biggest meet so far of the year.
Well, yeah, coming off conference where everybody competed very well. I think we have a number of people that are still in a really good spot. Obviously the level of competition certainly increases with every school west of the Mississippi. In the top 48 declared athletes in each event competing against one another in Hayward Field in Eugene, Oregon. So it's going to be a great competition, and I think people are in a really good spot. So we'll just see what they can do.
We hear about the legend of Hayward Field and Tracktown USA. Just kind of talk about how special of a place it is, and with all the history and everything.
Well, it's a great facility that certainly does have a lot of history going back to the days when Bill Bowerman and some of the coaches, Bill Hayward, before him, really established Eugene as quite a mecca, in particular for distance running, and it's gone on to become more all well-rounded, covering a lot of different track events, and a very knowledgeable community of fans up there in Eugene and the surrounding areas in Oregon. So they get a lot of people out to their meets, and they get into it. And that's what's great.
I know you're excited about all 19 of your athletes going, but are there a couple in particular that you're really looking forward to see? How much they can push themselves, or they're in a really stacked field that you can't wait to see them compete in, or?
Well, that's everybody. Everybody's in a stacked field, and it's you got to finish in the top 12 of your event in order to move on to the final championship, which is in Des Moines, Iowa, 2 weeks later. And so that's they're gonna have to really compete well, but certainly there's people that are vying for that top 12 on our team, and Leanne Fogg in the women's steeplechase is ranked 14th in the region. Jasmine Pickett in the women's triple jump is ranked in the 23rd, I believe, and there's people that are in a good spot to really improve their marks from this season, and kind of see where they're at. And I'm proud of the seniors who, in their last year, really got the job done and have qualified on in this meet. You can kind of see what they do and go out running in the first round of the NCAA championships at the very worst, and the very best to compete in the national finals in Des Moines. So we'll see how it goes. I should also note we had 20 athletes qualify. We had a young man who couldn't go because of an injury in the pole vault, John Prater. But so really we've had 20 athletes, student athletes, qualify for this meet, which is the highest in the program history. So we're proud of that, and certainly the level of competition, like I said, is intense, and I think everyone's really looking forward to it, and we'll see how it all goes.
Yeah, Coach, I was going to ask you if that was a record, 19 or so, but you answered it right there. Remind me, was this your first or second? I think it was your second year as the track coach?
Yeah, this
second
is
year.
Second year.
Yeah. The result of the Big West, third for men, sixth for women. I'm sure you probably would like those to be a little bit higher. What does the team need to improve on, and hopefully boosting those up next year?
Well, third for the men's not bad,
right.
and sixth for the women's a little deceiving, because last year we were a distant sixth, and this year third place was only 17 points away. So there was a clump of us, unfortunately kind of come out on the bottom end of that clump of teams. But I think we're headed in the right direction, and recruiting efforts have gone great. As a matter of fact, pretty soon I'll work with Brian to get some of our signees up, because recruiting is really winding down. But we've done a lot to enhance where we're at. We have a lot of people coming back, a lot of people returning. So I think we're in a good spot. And I guess if you judge everything by first place, then yeah, we'll fall short. But it's hard to win something every year. Just witness our men's cross country team. We lost conference for the first time in the fall, and so it serves as motivation to keep improving, and that's what this team's all about. And I think they've had some great marks this year and competed very well, and we look to continue to do so in the future.
So future looking pretty bright, I guess, for you guys.
Yes.
You'll hopefully exceed this year's finish next year.
Well, hopefully. Yeah. That's the goal.
And yourself, I mean, now that's been 2 years. I mean, I'm sure, acclimated to the position there as track coach, and how's that gone for you?
It's gone well. You know, I've certainly, like any new position, the Cal Poly philosophy, learned by doing. Even though I'd been here for a while, as the cross-country coach and assistant track coach, certainly you assume a lot more responsibilities when you're directing the entire program and all the issues that come along on a daily basis. But certainly, I think, like I tell student athletes that come to Cal Poly, you know, here, learn by doing. The learning curve is accelerated, and therefore you're ready to take on the real world. And so, yeah, I feel like I've really acclimated and become very capable of seeing this thing through in the future too.
Thanks.